emerging market, listen, we're 7 billion people on the planet. There's lots of growth in the emerging markets. This is really the opportunity, the macro opportunity. You know, the emerging middle class, it is happening. A lot of wealth is being created in the emerging markets. But the emerging market, stock market is what people invest in. And emerging market governments are a different thing. Emerging market debt is becoming a very serious issue. I mean, many of the countries in the emerging markets borrow in US dollars. I think that I heard the number the other day was $4 trillion in US dollar debt. Well, US dollar rises, local currencies go down. This is definitely not good for certain markets. It was good. We started the fund 10 years ago. We invested in many international plays, and we've retrenched dramatically. In fact, one of our biggest shorts is the emerging market index, because a lot of these countries have frankly levered up too much, and their stock markets are reflecting it. But it's been a tough place, emerging markets, for the last, we'll just say 18 months. It's been a very tough spot. We've been short, making money on the downside, but at one point this is going to stop. We just don't believe that the continuing growth in emerging markets is going to stop anytime soon. So how do we play it? We're not playing it right now. In fact, we're playing it negatively, but it will come back for sure. The hard and fast rules that we have at our firm, there aren't that many, but we don't touch Russia to make our lives simple. No Westerners are ever going to make money playing the Russian stock market. I'm pretty sure Jacques and I have spent some time doing business in Russia. Forget it. We don't really touch Eastern Europe. Is difficult. China, I know China gets a lot of press. They talk about the growth rate in China is slowing. People are talking about ghost cities. A lot of talk about how China could implode or will implode or whatever. I find it kind of curious when, in fact, China's a very large country, the largest country in the world, largest economy now in the world, and I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. So, is it going to grow at 7%? Maybe not. Is it going to grow at 5 or 4? But is it going to stop growing? It is not going to stop growing. Not in our lifetime, I don't think. So there's opportunity in China, but I mean, things got overheated now. China's gone from one of the most expensive stock markets in the world to one of the most reasonably priced now. So, that's the great thing about our business. You're going to get opportunities all the time. Brazil has been trashed. Brazil's a big economy. I think at one point we should be looking at opportunities in that country. We're not right now, but I don't know. It just never stops. I mean, where do you want to invest in the world? I couldn't tell you at any given time. Being in Canada, we don't need to look at the Australian market. We are so highly correlated between the two that there's no point. We need to look at Asian opportunities, but right now we need to look at U.S. opportunities because U.S. currency is strengthening, U.S. economy is strengthening, U.S. stocks are not, they're not extremely overvalued or even highly valued, but there are many U.S. companies that are very reasonable value, so we've decided for now, for the next probably 12, 18 months, we're going to be focused on the U.S. markets. And we'll come back to the emerging markets, and they're continuing they're falling and they're continuing to fall. At one point do we invest? Why don't we just wait until they stop falling, stabilize, and then maybe we'll have 3 or 4 months of very little activity, and then we're going to get a chance probably to go into the next cycle of growth in the emerging market stock markets.